Manchester United sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Zinedine Zidane has been targeted to replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is to be sacked as Manchester United manager, according to widespread reports following a humiliating defeat at Watford. Solskjaer admitted he was embarrassed after his team's fifth defeat in their last 7 Premier League games. The Times, The Guardian and the Manchester Evening News reported that the result of an emergency board meeting called after the Watford defeat was to bring the Norwegian's 3-year spell in charge at Old Trafford to an end. Solskjaer signed a new 3-year contract in July and will reportedly be handed a £7.5 million compensation package. The club's hierarchy stuck by Solskjaer during the recent international break despite humiliating home defeats to Liverpool and Manchester City. But worse was to come at Vicarage Road as the struggling Hornets could afford to miss a first-half penalty twice and still run out comfortable winners. Solskjaer has managed to ride out the storm during previous poor runs since taking charge in 2018. But Manchester United's latest slide comes after heavy preseason investment on Cristiano Ronaldo, Jadon Sancho and Raphael Varane that were expected to turn the team into title winners for the first time since 2013. However, that has not been rewarded on the field as the Red Devils find themselves 12 points adrift of Premier League leaders Chelsea down in 7th and out of the League Cup. Much more was expected after steady progress during Solskjaer's first 2 full seasons in charge. He secured back-to-back top 4 finishes in the Premier League for the first time since the club's decline began with Alex Ferguson's retirement as manager in 2013. However, Solskjaer, who famously scored Manchester United's winning goal in the 1999 Champions League final against Bayern Munich, has failed to win a trophy since his return to the club. His legendary status as a United player meant the 48-year-old retained the support of fans even as results went downhill in recent months. But even they began to turn on him on Saturday as he was booed while holding his hands up in apology. And Manchester United board decision to sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been also approved by Glazer. It's over. Official statement in place, mutual agreement reached to respect Ole and part ways. Fletcher Carrick now ready as interim solution if no instant solution is found. Zinedine Zidane has been targeted to replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. According to The Times, the club's owners, the Glazers, have made contact with officials telling them to increase their offer in order to land former Real Madrid boss Zinedine Zidane. Reports have suggested the Frenchman is reluctant to take over midway through the season, but there is understood to be optimism that the two parties can agree terms. If Zidane were to walk into Old Trafford and replace Solskjaer, he would not need to perform a dramatic overhaul of the playing squad. The feeling is that for the first time since Sir Alex Ferguson's retirement in 2013, the players are good enough to mount a challenge for the Premier League title. Even at 36, Cristiano Ronaldo has shown he still has a skill set of the highest quality when it comes to finishing, and the Portuguese may relish the opportunity to link up with his former coach. Then there is a pool of exciting talent waiting to be unleashed with Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood, Jadon Sancho and Scott McTominay. And the central defensive partnership of Harry Maguire and Raphael Varane was supposed to turn United's leaky backline into an impenetrable wall. His arrival could also have a positive effect on Paul Pogba's contract negotiations, with the 28-year-old still yet to renew his deal, which has only 7 months left before it expires. It is widely accepted that United are in desperate need for a new defensive midfielder, such are the struggles of Fred and Nemanja Matic in recent months. Zidane has worked in difficult circumstances before, handling a dressing room with superstars such as Ronaldo, Isco, Gareth Bale, Karim Benzema and Sergio Ramos, so controlling the Red Devils squad should not be too difficult a task. The French head coach is certainly not afraid to cast aside those who do not fall in line with his methods, and that could be what United need in order to fire them up. But more importantly, Zidane's tactics and coaching methods get results, while the biggest criticism of Solskjaer is that United have had no discernible identity under his management. There are doubts as to whether Zidane is willing to take over at Old Trafford, one factor being his wife's apparent reluctance to move to England. If he can be convinced to take the role, United's decision to act decisively may well have paid off. It indicates that after nearly 3 years of building towards the future, the board have reverted to United's old tactic of putting results and success above all else. It is what prompted them to move for Louis van Gaal in 2014 and José Mourinho 2 years later. They were proven winners. Now, with Zidane, it appears they are primed to take on the challenge once again.